Good day, fellow observers. Today we're going to do the Staten Island edition test for version 13.2.8. The first destination is to 4th Wadsworth Gateway National Recreation Area. It is an hour and 15-minute drive, 39 miles. Let me activate FSD. Okay, activate. Okay, first time always fails. And so we are on hurry mode. And this is gonna be from Long Island.
Now turn left onto Albatross Road
to Staten Island. So now we're on a stop here. Okay, good. So just to confirm, we are
in 500
on
feet,
hurry mode.
turn right onto Orchid Road.
Now I mentioned this at the beginning
now turn right onto Orchid Road
of my Brooklyn edition test, that I thought this was unique for hurry mode, but turns out no. It's just a Tesla software update that tweaked the color for this. So that's just an FYI. And now we're here at stop. So we have a green light here.
Now turn left onto N Newbridge Rd.
Okay, good. Oncoming traffic is not present, so this is a simple left turn. Okay, now we move forward.
In 500 feet, turn left onto North Bellmore Road TL, North Bellmore Road. Now turn left onto North Bellmore Road TL.
Alright, green arrow is good. Now we turn and we make a right here. Okay, good.
In 500 feet, bear right towards Hempstead Turnpike, then turn right onto Hempstead Turnpike.
So we are headed to...
Now bear right towards Hempstead Turnpike.
I do believe Southern State Parkway, because we're going through Verrazano. And this might be one of the handful cases where we're going this route, because the only time that I went through here using FSD was when I went to New Jersey. But yeah, that was a long time ago. I'm not sure even if maybe I did have a recording.
Now turn right onto Hempstead Turnpike.
But it might not have been the... Okay, good adjustment here, slow down. It might not have been a proper video, because I think I might just have recorded it.
Now take the Wantagh Pkwy South ramp on the right.
And uploaded it as a raw file video. But that was a long time ago. So now we're headed here to Wantagh Pkwy South. And as you can see, just want to point out here, there is a preferential... I mean, there's a preference that I would like to have, is that although FSD is using the wipers. Okay, so I have to press the accelerator here because the van is giving way and flashed its lights. So I have to press that because FSD doesn't have that ability yet. Now going back to the wipers here, it uses the wipers good that when it rains, but the thing is I want it to be used early because you can see here, I'm not sure if the camera can see it, is that the visibility is not that good if I have to wait for FSD to use the wipers just like how it uses it now. So now at this point I just want to use the wipers because I want to have a clear visibility. But this is still manageable. But I'm just showing it to you.
In 1 mile, take exit W4W on the right onto Southern State Parkway west toward New York.
So that it's an FYI when you do use FSD in the future. Okay, good slowdown here. Okay, now we're going back, and that was my next comment was supposed to be about was why go to the passing lane if in 0.8 miles, which is now 0.6, that FSD is going to exit. So those are the tiny details that I noticed, and also just want to point it out. The thing is though, when it goes back to makes a lane change, it's, oh, I did an accidental disengage. Okay, I thought, yeah, I confused the, I thought this was the wiper. I was about to use the left side, shouldn't be. So that was an accidental disengagement, and just want to point that out.
Now take exit W4W on the right.
So I have it on auto, but I need to use it more frequently than how often auto does. Now when FSD makes lane changes here, I think it's already a consistent feature where it makes reliable lane changes, except maybe for some exceptions. But I think overall it does a good job. So even when it goes to the left lane and then moves back to the right lane, it's something that you can pretty much have confidence in, but still you need to be very aware of what it's doing because maybe you would need to intervene. So now we're staying here on the middle lane. So I'm using the wipers again. Okay, so now we're moving to the passing lane. Now with hurry mode, I think more often it uses the passing lane and also the acceleration when it passes cars or even making lane changes. I think it uses it more. Now, if you have a different experience with hurry mode, please comment down your experience below, but so far that's what I noticed, because the bulk of my testing, because of the core testing that I do, is that I put it on standard, and so I used hurry mode on the Brooklyn test. So all Borough tests will be on hurry mode. Now we are on the Staten Island edition, and the next would be Bronx or Queens, and I'll do the Manhattan last because I think there are lots of use cases cases there where I would like to do it the last, because I want to learn as much as I can with driving through the boroughs, the other boroughs, and then see if there's something new that I need to apply for the Manhattan test. So I've been like saying a lot of things. Now going back to the drive here, we are in the passing lane, but there's a bit of traffic, although we're still moving, but we're slowing down now because I see cars ahead slowing down. So yeah. Okay, good slowdown here. Okay, good. Adjusting to traffic. Okay, we have a lot of cases of slowdown adjustment here. And I think if you are, so this is for FSD users who are just starting out or is curious about FSD and will later on would like to try it. So the initial, because I'm trying to think about when I started using FSD, was that of course you don't trust the technology right away because you don't know how much it can do. So you kind of have this getting to know stage with the tech. And so before, I was uncertain if FSD will stop in these kind of situations where the traffic flow is moving fast and then suddenly slows down. So trying to comment on this because this is the first thing that you would, I think one of the first, not the very first, one of the first things that you would calculate in your head was that is it gonna stop at the right time, and is it gonna stop smoothly or just right before? So you will take those things into account. So far 13.2.8 is good and slowing down and speeding up, and just want to point that out. Now, just want to give an update here. We have 6.8 miles left before we head to Belt Parkway. So I think the bulk of the drive would be slow speeds on a highway, but I will fast forward this section of the drive unless there's some things to point out. So just want to give that update, and we are 6.8 miles before going to Belt Parkway. Okay, so there's a police car here, and this is what I always try to observe. So it's not really fully on the shoulder, so FSD will have to adjust a little bit here. And okay, so there is no siren effect on the rendering on the screen, so just want to point that out. And now we continue forward. So I think that was the reason why we are a bit slow, because I see here things are blue. Now let's see if there's more traffic ahead. Okay, good slowdown here. Adjusting to traffic flow while on the passing lane. Okay, good. it says follow detour for exit 15. I don't think we'll be affected. We're not exiting to that exit 15. But let's see.
In 1 mile, keep left to take Laurelton Pkwy West toward Belt Parkway.
Okay, good adjustment here. Smooth slowdown for this merging car.
Now keep left to take Laurelton Pkwy West.
Okay, good slowdown here.
In 1 mile, keep left to stay on Laurelton Pkwy West toward North Condit Avenue, 225th Street.
Okay, good adjustment here. Steadying speed and slowing down just a little bit for that Jeep that is merging out of the lane, and then now we slow down even further here.
Now keep left to stay on Laurelton Pkwy West.
To the middle lane. I think because it thinks that this is a faster way, I think it'll go back to the passing lane. Nope, never mind. So I see some cones on the right side ahead, on the shoulder. Okay, good switch here. So there's this Belt Parkway West sign here, and to Verrazano. We are 17 miles away before making a right towards I-278 West. Now, if I'm not mistaken, this Belt Parkway actually is connected to the Belt Parkway in Brooklyn. I might be right, I might be wrong, because I saw Belt Parkway on my Brooklyn tests. So that's kind of my theory. And then I-278 West, we are going to there. So although I have this as a Long Island to Staten Island, I do think that we're going to pass through Brooklyn in between. So this is a longer route for FSD, crossing a borough in between before heading to Staten Island. Okay, let's see. Okay, good lane change here. Enough room. Okay, so you see here, this Mini Cooper was thinking of moving to the middle lane. It kind of jerked a little bit to the right side, but FSD wasn't bothered by it. So I think that's good. Okay, good slowdown here. reducing speed for that merging car. And for this one as well, slowing down. Slow down here. FSD speeds up when it can, but also adjusts by slowing down when traffic is slower. So that's good. Now I could see Verrazano Bridge from here. And we are 11 minutes away, 6.3 miles from the destination.
In 1 mile, take exit 3 on the right toward Interstate 278 West.
Okay, so I am observing now when FSD will move to the next lane. Okay, good. Okay, nice. Okay, now we're here on the right lane.
Now take exit 3 on the right.
Now I don't think FSD will have any issues navigating through a bridge because FSD several times have already went to George Washington, both on the upper and lower decks. So I think this one would be the same. So let's see what we have.
In 500 feet, take the ramp on the right toward lower level. Now take the ramp on the right toward lower level.
Okay, we're heading to the lower level. Okay, I thought it got confused there. I was ready to intervene. So now we're going here. Okay, so I think this is a good test as well. Let's see if it will have a poor GPS accuracy, just like when we go through George Washington Bridge for get out of New York test and get into New York tests. Okay, good lane change here. Since we're heading to Staten Island, we have to keep left.
In 1 mile, take exit 15N on the right toward Bay Street.
Okay, so we're heading to the local streets, okay? So we don't have poor GPS accuracy, I think, because it's still more it's more open than George Washington. Oh wait, okay, so we have poor GPS accuracy here. So from my experience, if you have this on a lower deck bridge, FSD might get lost. So let's see if it can exit here. Okay, so we're now in the open area, open section of the bridge, and we're on Staten Island. Okay, so now it disappeared. And so this is another flavor of toll collection.
Now
It's
take
still
exit
automated
15N on the right.
So we're heading to 15N.
In 500 feet, take the Lily Pond Avenue ramp on the left. Now take the Lily Pond Avenue ramp on the left.
Okay. So we do have... Okay, kind of stopped longer than I expected, but okay, that's still okay.
In 500 feet, turn right onto Bay Street. Now turn right onto Bay Street.
Okay. Alright, so there's a different stop sign here. Will it stop? Okay, good, it stopped. It notices it. So now we're entering Fort Wadsworth, and we are at the destination. So its stop sign, its marker is gonna be still...
In 500 feet, your destination will be on the left.
Okay, good. So I just want to see where it marked the destination. Is it at a center? Yeah, it looks like a parking lot.
Now your destination is on the left.
Okay, so it stopped here. Okay, so not bad. So we're here, this is reasonable. And it stopped. So let me just go and briefly park here. Okay, so let me just give my takeaways as we are doing an auto park. We started FSD from a neighborhood in Long Island, and it made a left on stop, made a right on stop, and then made a left towards Newbridge Road. After that, it went to North Bellmore Road. So far, those were business as usual cases, and it went to Wantagh Pkwy South. And so I kind of had some comment there about the wipers, where even when it rains, it does it automatically, but it's not at the time that I want it. So my preference would be earlier than when it does it, because I need to have the visibility on the in front of me clear at all times. So that's why I used several times the wiper manually, and also along those attempts I thought that I was using the wiper, but turns out I was using the right stop button, and so I accidentally disengaged. So I'll still mark that as a disengage, although I'll have to make notes that it is unintended. Then we went to, and then it made lane changes to the passing lane. So this is what I'm noticing. For hurry mode, it spends most of its time to the passing lane, and occasionally, if it has to, uses the middle lane to pass over slower cars on passing lane, then goes back to the passing lane after that. While on the other hand, the standard mode will always, for the most part, stay on the middle lane and uses passing lane only to pass over slower cars on the middle lane. before it moves back to the middle lane again. So that's my observation. Now FSD went through the Southern State Parkway, made merge there. I think it was good, smooth, reasonable, made lane changes to the middle lane and then to the passing lane. And we had an initial slowdown there because there was a road accident, or not an accident. I think someone got pulled over. And also I pointed out that the police car doesn't look like a police car on the screen. So just want to point that out. And then after that, we kind of continued to Southern State Parkway, then went to Belt Parkway, and then went to, I forgot the name, it's another parkway, and then it went straight towards I-278 West. So that was a long stretch and pretty much the bulk of the drive. And in those cases, FSD was able to slow down as needed, speed up as needed, spend most of the time on the passing lane, use the middle lane occasionally to pass over slower cars on the passing lane, and then follow directions. Went to I-278 West towards Verrazano Bridge. Now we went through Brooklyn, so I was right that we're heading to Brooklyn. We're heading to Staten Island, but we have to pass through Brooklyn briefly. And then we went here, crossed the bridge, and now we're here at the destination. So overall, I think this is a reasonable test. I mean, reasonable drive, because FSD makes lane changes. That is something that you would know that it's not an abrupt move, because in prior versions, FSD kind of makes a failed attempt or partially commits to a lane change, then bails midway. So I think we're far from that now for version 13.2.8. That being said though, for every version, we would have to test this again, because sometimes there's some things that are different. And so what we're trying to confirm here is for consistency. And like, for example, I'll just give you an example, the Jollibee test, which is a very, very short drive, it misses that bare right towards the service road of Queens Boulevard. So sometimes it passes, sometimes it's not. So just want to point that out. So same thing for lane changes, but I think it's more stable. Version 13 actually has more stable lane changes than version 12. And so yeah, I mean, those are all my takeaways. And if you find this video helpful or of value, please like and subscribe. Thank you guys for watching. Bye.